Okay, hi everybody. This is my project I'm trying to sell. This is a motor and a transaxle assembly, swing arm assembly out of an E-Z-Go commercial golf cart. Had the 5-lug wheels. The clutch, and the only thing wrong with the engine, I believe, it's maybe a timing belt, because when you turn it over, it just has no compression at all. But anyway, pretty much I got these parts just for the axle, and for the clutch assembly for this golf cart, which is a club car transcender limo electric. And the only thing that apparently is wrong with this is it just needs a set of batteries. I don't know. I bought it for my project and I didn't do anything, but the controller's here, and all the wires seem to be plugged in, you know, relatively. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been torn apart anyway. And then there's no batteries in it at all. I don't have the key for it, so I haven't tried like hooking up another set of batteries or anything like that just to see if it moves or does anything, because I didn't really care because I wasn't dealing with any of that. But the seats aren't in great. The material's in good shape, but the wood's pretty bad. But they're not terrible. You could rebuild them all. It's got a little damage on that fender. This bumper's been hit, so it's got like a little, you can't really see it, I'm sorry. It's got an issue with the floor there. But the steering's really nice. All that feels good. It doesn't feel like the steering box is wore out at all, so all that seems pretty good. The top, of course, is green, but it's all there. It's not too terrible shape. The front end, the bodywork is not perfect. The other headlight assembly piece is all completely missing. This one's pretty cracked. But I mean, everything's there. The axle and the motor are there, and everything looks okay. I mean, I don't know. I bought this cart with no batteries in it, just the way it was, from a salvage yard, and I just bought it to do my gas conversion. The most exciting part of this little video is the engine that I selected to go in this cart. Okay, let me pull it a little bit. Is this guy here. What this is a genrac 1000cc V-twin engine from a generator, a genrac generator. Has electric start. It was set up for propane in its original configuration. See the shaft? It's got a shaft that's tapered. It has very, very little hours. I mean, I pull the plug out of it and the tops of the pistons, there's no carbon buildup at all. The motor, I mean, it's got no time on it at all. In the aftermarket, it's real common for these guys to use these motors for airplanes because it has a pressurized oil system. So, I mean, they hold up and they do really good. But it's 1000 cc's. It's supposed to be like 45 horsepower at 3,000 or 3,200 RPM. So, I mean, it should be just an absolute beast. I don't know if it'll be real fast, but I mean, it'll just basically push this thing anywhere it needs to go with probably a 25 or 26 inch tall tire without a problem. And then I have another set of clutches. This is just a golf cart clutch, same thing. That's a driven primary, whatever you want to call it. And then here's another clutch I have. It's a driven clutch. I paid a lot of money for this. I shopped them and I looked around and I bought it, and it seemed like a good deal when I bought it, and then there it is. So there's my $400 parked on a bench. But anyway, and then that one, the clutches and everything are fine. The golf cart, one of my customers gave it to me, and it was in service, and like I said, the only thing, it just died one day and they never messed with it again. But so it seems like a timing belt, because they just use a rubber belt. So transaxle, I'm sure, is in perfect shape, which is what I was after. But to do this and put it all together, you're going to have to build, because this is all aluminum framed, you're going to have to build like a little steel subframe to hang and drop that axle from. You're going to have to put springs in it and shocks, and it'll be a full fabrication job, you know. But I mean, somebody that's got enough space and enough tools, you know, can do it with no problem. And it'd be a fun little project, you know. And I was going to do it, and I just don't have time. I mean, just don't have time. You know, I collected these parts, and I was really gung-ho because I did another gas conversion on another golf cart, and it was really cool. But, you know, I learned a bunch of stuff about it, and I realized that you got to have the bigger clutches. You got to have a real transaxle out of a golf cart, because they hold up. But yeah, this is the frame. I cut it straight off that frame bar. So, I mean, you could build from here, or you could use this assembly and go from there. Now, this chunk's heavy too, so when you come pick this up, bring in a second guy or something, because it's heavy as hell. Probably weighs 400 pounds, just this piece that you see here. But that is it. I'm selling this, like I said, just because I don't have time. So you'll get a bunch of good little parts for a fun little task, and let me know, make offers or whatever if you want it, don't want it, or if you want to ask questions about it, please just don't hesitate to text me, and I'll let you know. Alright, thank you.